Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7's brought to you by your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. These days it's hard to find value for money on your weekly shop, right? Well, maybe you're doing it wrong. You need to unlock the magic of your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. Every Friday, you can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while nectar prices are for everyone, your nectar prices are just for you. So check your Nectar app and unlock your nectar prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discount on things you love with your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. The offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 your nectar prices weekly. Available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T's and C's apply. On today's Smart 7, Israeli cabinet approved Gaza peace deal, Putin apologises to Azerbaijan and much more. It's Friday 10th of October, it's National Handbag Day and happy birthday Chris Tarrant.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The end of Israel's war in Gaza seems close as both sides prepare to implement a ceasefire after 2 years of death and destruction. Friday morning saw growing optimism as Israel's cabinet signed off on the deal and preparations began for the release of the 20 hostages who are still alive and held by Hamas. The ceasefire is set to come into effect within 24 hours of the approval of the deal by the Israeli cabinet. Israeli government spokesperson Shosh Bedrosian laid out the timeline on Thursday evening, explaining that within 72 hours of the ceasefire taking effect, it was expected the hostages would be released. She was happy to give Donald Trump the credit too.
The great relationship between Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump is reflected in this plan. And we could not have reached this point without the magnificent relationship between the two of them.
Trump has high hopes that the Nobel Peace Prize Committee will be paying close attention. Regardless, the deal has attracted praise and relief from world leaders. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says all sides need to keep the deal on track.
We have all waited far too long for this moment. Now we must make it truly count. I urge all parties to fully abide by the terms of the agreement and to fully embrace the opportunities it presents.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer was in Mumbai on Thursday, where he was talking up his new trade deal with India, which he says is a superpower in the making. He also met with Indian PM Narendra Modi and discussed the war in Ukraine. At the press conference, there were plenty of questions about the Gaza peace deal, and while Starmer praised Donald Trump's leadership, he didn't get dragged into a discussion on the Nobel Peace Prize.
This is a moment of profound relief that will be felt around the world, but particularly for the hostages, their families, and for the civilian population of Gaza.
Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper was equally pleased to see a potential end to the war and was calling for all sides to move through the phases so that humanitarian aid can begin to flow and restoration work can begin.
After 2 years of the most devastating suffering, with tens of thousands of lives being lost, with the pain of hostages held for so long, the agreement now to a ceasefire is immensely important and must be implemented as swiftly as possible.
We're still a few weeks away from the next budget, but there's been no good news for the UK's consumers in the last few months. Inflation remains stubbornly high, the energy price cap rose again in October, and now there's more bad news, as your water bill may also be about to rise too. It comes after 5 water companies, Anglian, Northumbrian, Southern, Wessex and South East, took a case to the UK's competition body seeking permission to raise their bills by more than the amount proposed by regulator Ofwat. They say they need a higher increase to deliver better infrastructure, and they got permission from the CMA to raise bills by an extra 3%. David Henderson is CEO of the water industry body, Water UK, and he says we need to think of the water companies' investors.
This infrastructure is vital for our economy. It does need to be paid for. Investors have choices. They don't have to put their money into this sector. They don't even have to put it into this country. So unless we get that investment, we're not going to have our economy able to grow and our environment able to be in a better condition.
Russian President Vladimir Putin was on the road on Thursday, landing in Tajikistan for a summit meeting of the former Soviet nations. Russia is keen to keep its former Soviet Union colleagues close, particularly as China has begun to wield more influence in the region. Unusually for the Russian president, he issued a public apology, admitting for the first time that Russia's air defences were responsible for the destruction of an Azerbaijani airplane in December, which killed 38 people. He spoke to Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev in Tajikistan's capital Dushanbe and blamed Ukraine for the air defence error, while also pledging to punish those responsible and offering compensation.
It is connected with several circumstances. The first is that there was a Ukrainian drone in the sky. We were tracking 3 such drones on the day of the tragedy.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro England thump Wales, and a former Irish rugby player heads to Westeros. Right after this.
Skip the gym, not the workout. With Hydro, you get a full-body workout in just 20 minutes, hitting 86% of your muscles in one smooth, low-impact motion. And now there's the new Hydro Arc, Hydro's most advanced rower yet. Arc introduces Hydrometrics, tracking your power, endurance, and precision every time you row, so you can actually see your progress. Go to hydro.com and use code ROW to get $100 off any Hydro rower, including Arc. That's HYDROW.com, code ROW.
Welcome back. Thursday night saw the first of 2 rounds of qualifying games for the 2026 World Cup get underway, with teams playing across the next 7 days. Scotland were in competitive action against Greece and won 3-1. Northern Ireland face Slovakia on Friday, while the Republic of Ireland play on Saturday facing Portugal and their newly minted billionaire star Cristiano Ronaldo. England played Wales in a friendly on Thursday evening with no Harry Kane, who was injured. The game ended 3-0 to England, although England boss Thomas Tuchel wanted more support from the Wembley crowd.
We did very, very well. We had an excellent first half. We were 3-0 up very quickly, but we could have been 4-5-0 up at halftime. The stadium was silent. We never got any energy back from the fans, and I think the players delivered a lot. We did excellent. We deserved to win.
The BFI London Film Festival is on for the next 10 days, and it was officially opened by Daniel Craig. The former James Bond was delighted to introduce his new movie, the latest in the Knives Out series, Wake Up Dead Man. It's got a star-packed cast including Andrew Scott, Josh O'Connor, Glenn Close and Mila Kunis, and Daniel sounds like he had fun making it. He says that even though it's a murder mystery, the scope for comedy remains.
I mean, you think about Robert Altman, you think about great directors like that who use comedy in very serious situations. You kind of, I mean, it's like sometimes the best way to kind of understand something is to laugh at it.
There's a new addition to the Game of Thrones universe on the way, and it stars a former Irish rugby player. Peter Claffey, who played rugby for Ireland at under 21 level, plays Sir Duncan the Tall in a new prequel from the short stories of George R.R. Martin. The Tales of Duncan Egg feature Sir Duncan and his sidekick Aegon Targaryen as they wander the world of Westeros, about 100 years before the events of Game of Thrones. It's called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and it's set to drop on January 19th on Sky, and there will be 6 episodes in Series 1.
Why do you treat these royal lapdogs like they're your betters?
They are my betters.
These men have a name. I'm trading. What chance do I have?
I have no chance.
Falling star brings luck to those who see it.
So the luck is ours alone?
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.